I like the dog. It's friendly.
James Cagney made 69 films during his career, and when people talk about James Cagney films, they talk about The Public Enemy and Yankee Doodle Dandy, maybe even White Heat or The Roaring Twenties, but a film that's rarely brought up is Man with a Thousand Faces. Man with a Thousand Faces from 1957 is a biopic about horror icon Lon Chaney, and it's a film I really enjoyed and I think deserves a bit more love. I was planning to make a much longer video, but I've had a fair amount of back pain recently, so this video is going to be short and sweet. But not that sweet, don't get it twisted. We start the film with Robert Evans, who plays Irving Thalberg, an American film producer during the early years of motion pictures. Fun fact, Thalberg's real-life wife, actress Norma Shearer, chose the actor and future film producer Robert Evans, of The Kid Stays in the Picture fame, to play her husband in Man with a Thousand Faces after she spotted him hanging out by a hotel pool. Anyway, Irving Thalberg, who had worked with Lon Chaney on numerous films, gives a moving tribute to the actor, and we see Chaney in childhood, dealing with the struggles of having two deaf parents. While the film gets some things wrong about Chaney's life, this is something it gets right. Both of Lon Chaney's parents were deaf, and we see how this went on to influence his career and his acting style. We see him communicate via sign language throughout the film, which, as a viewer in 2022, is really refreshing and just goes to show how deaf people could still be a part of cinema, even though they've rarely been given a chance. The deafness of Chaney's parents is used as fodder for drama in the film, which is unfortunate and makes for quite uncomfortable viewing. In real life, Chaney's wife Cleaver had met his parents many times before they married, and so was well aware that they were deaf. However, in the film, she's portrayed as being appalled that Lon's parents are different. In the film, Cleaver hasn't met his parents yet when she discovers she's pregnant. And while you can imagine any parent being concerned about a baby being born deaf, Cleaver takes it up to 11. It's actually really uncomfortable to watch. She's viscerally disgusted at her in-laws, very much sees them as other, and is so wrapped up in her own fears that she ends up distancing herself from the baby. All of this causes a rift, and his relationship with Cleaver breaks down, and she attempts suicide live on stage. Her attempt failed, but it ruined her singing career, and the two eventually divorce. The divorce from Cleaver made it difficult for Chaney to get full custody of his son, Lon Chaney Jr., who would go on to have a successful career in horror too. He's forced to leave his son in a boys' home until he can prove he has a reliable income. The scandal from the suicide attempt and their eventual divorce forced Chaney out of the theatre and into film. All of this, the film gets right. This is all sadly true. However, as one relationship ended, another began, and he married chorus girl Hazel, which helped him gain custody of Lon Chaney Jr. Lon Chaney is a horror icon. His makeup designs were so distinctive and unlike special effects that had been seen up until that point.
He's gonna get you if you don't watch out. He's liable to pounce upon you with a shout. Perhaps he's a spider. Perhaps he's a cat. Lon Chaney's gonna get you if you don't watch out.
Chaney's film work started in 1913, and by his death in 1930, he was already recognised as a great talent. Man with a Thousand Faces, considered to be a fictionalised account, does a good job of fleshing out the man behind the faces, and I loved seeing the attention to detail in the recreation of Chaney's roles, particularly in The Hunchback of Notre Dame and the Phantom of the Opera scenes. It also goes to great lengths to show you just how uncomfortable some of the prosthetics and contraptions were that Chaney created, something that isn't particularly well known. James Cagney was the perfect person for this role. Chaney was notoriously private and hated the Hollywood lifestyle, and Cagney was similarly a private man. They were both supreme performers in their own genres, and both have left an indelible mark on cinema. Cagney is just so damn good in this film. He's one of those actors who can do vulnerability and strength and humanity all in just one look, and he does it all here, and it's just wonderful. So, Man with a Thousand Faces. Is it good? Yes. Is it accurate? Sometimes. Does it matter? Not really. Man with a Thousand Faces is definitely worth checking out. It's one of Cagney's best performances, in my opinion. And if you're a fan of horror, you'll no doubt get a kick out of seeing how the 1950s makeup artists tried to recreate his iconic monsters. And while they did a good job, it's nothing compared to the makeup Chaney himself designed, applied, and performed in. If you've seen the film, let me know in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. I know Arrow released it some time ago on Blu-ray and DVD, and I will definitely be getting a copy because I think this film really is outstanding. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's shorter than I planned, but like I said, I've been battling some pretty gnarly back pain, and I'm already a little bit late with the video, so I kind of rushed this one out. But if you liked the video, please like the video and comment and consider becoming a subscriber. If you really enjoyed this video and would like to help support my channel, you can buy me a coffee. I'll leave a link to my account in the description box. All caffeine hits are gratefully received. Have a great day, be kind to your pets, and remember, stay spooky.